Yo, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Hashem, Kakadash, double unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone MainCamp, man, and Shalom. To all the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. I just got a report. Just got an article here. Basically going into this trade war that just kicked off between the US and China. And it's funny because they've been hinting at this for a little while as well, like that basically this was going to go down, and it's like now it's you're seeing it getting to it's really starting to get into it, like, well, now they've actually done something. And it says, well, I'll read this on RT. It says US started the biggest trade war in history, China forced to retaliate Beijing. It says China's commerce ministry says the country has no choice but to fight back after the US launched the largest trade war in economic history, as Washington's 25% tariffs on various Chinese imports go into effect. On July 6th, the US began to impose 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese imports. The US has breached the World Trade Organization rules and launched the largest trade war in the economic history to date. So imagine this guy Trump, this DJ Trump, the legend himself, is even breaking the World Trade Organization rules. So he's basically just doing whatever the fuck he wants, and really, that's what America's always done. So that's funny as hell, man. It's just like this. You can see it's prophecy, and you can see that DJ Trump, he's that guy that's bringing it in, man. Because it's more or less, he said, okay, making America great again. He's basically, he's really what he's gonna do is lead America into World War III, man, which is beautiful because it's gonna make the Lord's name known, man. It's really all for the sake of prophecy, and you can, hey man, it's coming to pass swift, man, swift, because it's like this thing as well. It's like, we'll go down further in the article, but it says all it's gonna really lead to is escalation, and then where does that escalation lead, man? Trade wars lead to, trade war is just going to lead to a real war. Because that's, you look through history. Strangling a nation's trade, stopping a nation's way to make money. Bruv, that swiftly leads to just, you're just going to have to start fucking blowing each other up. Otherwise, wagwan. It says the Trump administration's new 25% duties apply to 818 Chinese imports worth $34 billion. They're the first stage in levies threatened by the US on a total of $450 billion worth of Chinese goods. China warned that while it promised not to fire the first shot, it will now be forced to counterattack in order to defend its core interests. Beijing has vowed to inform the World Trade Organization and work with other countries to jointly safeguard free trade and the multilateral system. Yeah, so basically that's the starting of a war right there. This is one of those events which could be seen as this is more or less going to be seen as a trigger leading towards World War III, man. And you just imagine, you just had over in the UK as well. They said there's been another Novichok attack on UK soil. Just some random, I don't know who they're meant to be. Maybe there's some agents or something. Who knows, man? Just some random Edomites just in the countryside, just getting Novichoked up. So it's like basically you can see that World War III, the engine starting to whir up again, man. When everyone was getting lax, and now like the Lord just had it thrown in there. Everything just blowing up all at once. DJ Trump doing his job, man. Excellent work, spectacular. It says, as Beijing geared up to respond to the new tariff, it warned the US would be shooting itself in the foot and hurting the world, which it really is, man. Because it's like, even like with the still tariffs on the EU, all these trade embargoes, just saying, hey, look, man, these guys can't deal with these guys. You guys are going to have to pay extra. All these kinds of things. Hey, man, all that is going to lead to is war. Because once everyone's money starts getting fucked up, hey, man, it's in Trump as well. He's an ignorant bastard. So he's the kind of character where he's just going to be like, fuck him. on that kind of a zone, man. And it said what? Reciprocal levies have reportedly been prepared, which were set to take effect the same day. Beijing has been actively seeking an EU ally in a mounting trade war, with senior Chinese officials offering European states access to its market if they take Beijing's side in the row. However, Europe has rejected China's proposal to team up against the US. US President Donald Trump, well, yeah, it's, going to have to build up to that, man. And then it's going to be a spectacular betrayal, man, when, everyone else starts shooting them nukes on America. It says US President Donald Trump's, DJ Trump's, protectionist trade policies put him at loggerheads with the EU and Canada, which were also not immune to harsh tariffs on steel and aluminium imports. Yeah, everyone's getting all... And the thing is, as well, as Canada's got the moistest guy on the planet Earth running it as well, man. Justin Trudeau. That's the guy who changed it from, like... I think it was in the national... either the national anthem or, like, the oath or something, from men to people. That complete homo, man. And he... come on, man. And it says, we're also not immune to the harsh. In the tit-for-tat response, the EU slapped tariffs on US goods worth $3.2 billion. The primary lists include motorcycles, motorbikes, orange juice, bourbon, peanut butter, cigarettes, and denim. The EU, joined by several other powers, also opened a World Trade Organization dispute over Washington's measures, claiming the Trump administration's tariffs are protectionist and illegal. Yeah, so that's the US started the biggest trade war in history. So that's showing you what time we're in, man. We're in that time when this World War III is blowing up, and the thing is like shit happens with the economy as well. That shows we're leading into the chip as well, even more. You got the chip already picking up steam. The more the economy crumbles, the more what do you call it, man? More the economy crumbles, the more that the chip is basically going to be seen as that balm, man, that soothing balm. ESO's going to be able to bring in just to make everyone, everyone nice up everything. The chip are nice up everything. That's how ESO's basically going to be selling it to these nations, man. Like, yo, you take this chip, then that's just going to sort all your woes. And the people are gonna be clamoring for it, man, because if it said in that list what orange juice at the bottom, man, what was it? It's that tariffs on what motorboats, orange juice, peanut butter, man. Niggas lose them, but they ain't getting no peanut butter. They'll start losing their minds, man. They'll be ready to take that chip soon. It says what? Matthew. Let me read this. Matthew 24 and in verse 3 it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, of the end of the world? So, that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the end, That's the funny thing, man. It's like, if anyone's, like, just not looking at this thing like this is actually the end of the so-called white man's empire, then you're looking at it completely wrong. Because this is like, actually a monumental shift in power through the ultimate levels of destructive power you're ever going to see on planet Earth. It's going to be a judgment on a scale of legendary proportions, man. So it says what, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And that's happening in a mass scale. You've got, that white Christ is all up in everyone's minds out everywhere, all over the globe, man. People are hella deceived. And it says what? And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's them trade wars. That's wars as well, man. So that's showing that we're in that time. That's why it's like, look, man, if you're, this is the last minute on the planet Earth to be lollygagging. If you're sitting there thinking, another 5 years, another 10 years, bro, we could be out by the end of the week. That's really how you have to be looking at it. This thing can go down quick. And the thing is, you look at history, it's like shit kicks off swift. ain't nothing happening, then just one event, then boom, and it's a cascade of events, and then all of a sudden you're in a place you didn't even know it was possible to be. And it says what imagine like World War One was on such a scale. They said it was like the war to end all wars because it was just so fucking ultimate. But then the Lord had 2 more waiting in the cut to blow out the water. That shows, hey man, the Lord's dealing with levels of destruction that, hey, it's amazing, man. And you can see, like, just with the military warfare out here, with how all these countries are basically sizing up against one another, this is going to be immense. And it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So you're seeing that. That's why you got China trying to find allies. The US saying, okay, you guys, this, that. All these different little trade tariffs, disputes, and all this is basically just them wars and rumors of wars, man. A nation rising up against nation. And it says what in all the Gospels, like, if Satan be divided against himself, how then shall his kingdom stand? So it's like, you know, the EU EU and NATO is the beast, but then you got, you know, one part of the beast fighting the other part of the beast. Then that means you're done, you're through. And it says what? There shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. It's funny as well because it says, what was it? Yeah, in England, I believe it was like near Surrey, they had an earthquake here again, man, which is funny because it's like, you barely get earthquakes out here like that. And it's like, remember a couple of years back, had earthquakes out in the UK, and then it's just like, and now you got another one popping off, so it's kind of mad still, kind of mad. That shows, you know, we're most certainly, man, prophecies are flying past like no man's business, man. So, you know, hey, man, we're going to be out here real soon, man. That's, you know, spirit, man. But yeah. I'll read one more verse. So all these are the beginning of sorrows. So that's just the beginning, man. You know, people getting messed up, like, because they can't get a fucking Harley Davidson or, you know, or some fucking crunchy peanut butter. That's, you know, that's just the beginning. It's just going to wax worse because it's like, even you got the famines, you got people getting messed up like in Venezuela. That's just going to spread. That's going to be global. Just like, you know, you have certain surveillance things that you see in China or the UK, and certain things you see, like certain situations where you see certain famines, or they bring in certain solutions in certain parts of the earth. All these things are going to go global, man. The elites are basically looking to apply all that new word, all the plans on a globally, man. That chip is going to be everywhere, man. So, you know, it's only going to get worse. But yeah, I'll leave it there, man. I'll leave it there. So yeah, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Shalom.